And we are back. Let's see. I think we're done with this. The answer culprit is hopefully in there. It's time. Let's go. Oh, my back. Don't forget to stretch, boys. Well, how exactly do we start this? I've never been in a trial before. Well, the best way to go about this would be to cover topics individually. Our facts are limited to spread amongst our group, so we should start with a discussion on the foundation of this case. Before we do that, is that stand really necessary? It doesn't feel as if it's in good taste. Look at me, that's my epitaph. That's gonna be put on my gravestone someday. Well, you're right, that's not in good taste. It's there to include the dead. Eventually, this headquarters will be filled with stands. Where are you even talking from? The same place I've been doing this whole time. He means what speakers, you cretin. Figure that yourselves. That's not something I'm obliged to tell you. Alright, however, what about the empty space next to me? The empty space, it's for Toon's side. There's 15 of you, what do you want me to do? Look, just start the debate already. Very well, as I was saying, something that would be highly useful to know would be the time of death. Obviously, we know the latest time is shortly before he found his body. However, a range should be established. That would be a good idea, Shirley. Time span in which Clef could have been killed. We discussed this during the investigation, but not everyone was there to discuss this. Caesar about... Yeah, I know this. Yes, sirree. Start. Well, we know we found him at the pet shop. That much is obvious. And it was pretty early too. Well, he can assume he was killed there. The bloodstain should prove that. We know the where already. We need the when, yeah. Let me guess, no one saw him last night. Coach did. Out of those two statements, two of them seem debatable. But one way more than the other. The outer. Actually, Harry, I saw Clef. It was right after I spent time with some others at the campfire. Scatter around the campfire. Really, did he say anything to you? Not anything special, but he was worried about the motive. Let me guess, nothing specific, huh? Unfortunately, yes. Get on with your point. When did you see him? Newsflash, genius, we never had an easy way to check the time. Actually, there is a way to estimate the time Clef was still alive at. Did they do something late in the day? Coach Z. Got it. Coach Z, you went on a jog, right? It was after we split up from the campfire. Yeah, for around an hour. Even though it wasn't even that late, I didn't see anyone. I headed in like an hour and a half before the nighttime announcement. You saw no one? Really? And how do we know you're not just saying that because you killed them at that time? But would Coach Z kill someone all willy-nilly that early into the night? Murdered 7 PM or even 8 PM sounds kinda risky. Yeah, that sounds pretty early, even if a lot of us felt pretty down after the pie event got ruined. No offense, Flippy. None taken. That face says otherwise. Murder at early night. It does seem pretty risky. Well, maybe we can ask Flunky. You gotta give us some help, right? Fine. I'll allow one question to be answered. Obviously, you can't ask something vital before any of you try asking who killed him. Darn it, I was about to ask that. Did you really think that would work? Well, the issue now is, do we use this one question now? How about we ask later? No one saw anyone out late at night, so would the time of death even matter? No, not mattering at all is a stretch, however. I do agree that time of death isn't the most important aspect of this case. Really? Thanks. As Tom stated, if no one has an alibi for nighttime, then our path to finding out the culprit will have to be made through other means. Then how do we even solve this? Well, we just blurt out ideas until something sticks. I suppose that's better than nothing, Tom. Looks like you got your first yep. Agree points, I know this. What are the options? Giggles, Mode, Coach Z, and Torn Note. Ideas, got none. Oh, what the hell happened? Why are you doing that? If you have nothing useful to say, then shut it. Must be why you haven't said much. Gotcha. This isn't time for banter. Well, guess I'll bear out the first idea. I think maybe the morning announcement is important. Maybe, Tom, but it'd be better to focus on physical evidence first. Tom and Pete have good ideas. The problem is which one would make more sense to discuss. So our note. Agree. Well, in terms of physical evidence, there's no doubt this would be important. The note found in the playground. Oh, do tell, Flippy. Well, Tom and Oldman found a note in a bush. And while we can't be completely sure it was for Clef, considering what happened to him, it's pretty obvious that it was for him. You're probably asleep, buddy surgeon. Meet me at the pet shop as soon as possible. Flippy and I will be waiting for you. We think we found a way in. Perhaps it could actually be an escape. I know you're not feeling well, but at least please come as soon as possible. Wait just a sec. Flippy and I? Just what is the meaning of this, Flippy? Let me guess, you were in collaboration with the killer? What? No. Why would I ever work with someone to kill? Do you really think that lowly of me, Giggles? Seems you're trying to cover yourself up with excuses. The only problem is who you work with. I work with no one. I don't know why my name is in this. Likely story, Flippy. You really think Flippy would help someone murder? Yeah, no, as if. You be quiet. I'm going to get Flippy to confess who he worked with. Who knows, maybe it's Clara, since Flippy and her were always on the same page. That's low. You're really gonna blame us? Uh-oh. Argue. I'm not going to fall for your games, Flippy. Why would I present evidence that incriminate myself? You stated that Oldman and Tom found that note in a bush. I bet you tried to hide it so no one would find it. So you should be challenged with Rebel's showdown, yada yada, poopada papada pa, yada, duda. Rebuttal showdown. Let's see. Flipper's in on it. He probably wrote the note himself. No one else could have wrote it. Flipper's in on it. Probably. No, I couldn't. If I wrote it myself, why would I write Flippy and I? Well, because it make you seem less suspicious. Whatever, because you tried hiding the note, but unlucky for you, someone found it. You didn't even try to rip it. But why would I even rip it? How could I hide the note? What? But there was a tear on the note. Huh, well, it was barely teared. So I teared just a small part of the note, but not the entire thing? That's a good point. The fact that your name is on here proves you're involved in some way. You know exactly who wrote this. Really? Uh-huh. I don't know. How much do I have to say I don't know who wrote this? Until you admit you do know. Can't you even consider the fact that the killer wrote my name down to frame me as an accomplice? I bet you wrote that note during the investigation. Then you gave it to someone to read it. Boom, case closed, but it was found. Actually, Oldman gave the note to Pete, and also he and Tom were the ones to find it first. Is that true? Yes, it is. Well, everything you've said could be a cover-up. You're a politician, right? You could easily lie. Your plan is to escape with the killer. That's impossible. Counter. On my back. Giggles, do you not remember what happens to accomplices if the killer wins? Only the killer leaves. Everyone else, including accomplices, gets executed. Yeah. I forgot about that. Congratulations, you literally forgot one of the most important rules. All because of some stupid grudge against Flippy. I'll be honest, I forgot about the details about the whole who gets executed thing. Though for anyone who was planning something bad, I doubt they'd forget such a detail. Going by that logic, we can almost be certain there was no accomplice. Of course, if there was, now would be the time to confess. Now's your only chance to be forgiven. Well, looks like an accomplice does not exist. Good. I suppose we can assume Flippy's involvement in this case is simply the malicious use of his name. Moving on, I feel as though you weren't finished with your explanation of said note, Flippy. Care to continue? Well, there isn't really much more to the note, honestly. I guess taking a look at it myself, the only other thing that's notable is the stiff handwriting. I noticed that too. I have a feeling the writer used some sort of straight edge, so it's unable to be traced back to them. Some sort of straight edge? One who doesn't drink or smoke? One that doesn't have vices? Unfortunately, it doesn't seem like we can gather any more clues from this. Perhaps Flippy was simply used as a bait for Clef. He is the main leader after all. I feel used. Bam, bam, bam. Well then, what should we discuss next? Perhaps the cause of death could help us? That would be the most reasonable thing to discuss next. The issue arises that there's many possible murder weapons, as the motive added a plethora of unorthodox means to kill. Well, perhaps we should figure out any potential traditional murder weapons first and foremost. Yeah, there's a lot of things it could be just from his head wound. Actually, there's something else we need to account in regards to the murder weapon. We'd also need to consider the wounds on the body. Got it. It's not just the head wound we need to consider, Tom. Really? Did he have another wound? More than just another one. When Pete and Shirley flipped Clef over to search him more thoroughly. So weird I'm being discussed as a death guy. A victim. They found a lot of scratch wounds all over the face down side of his body. Indeed, not only were his arms and legs covered in scratch marks, but his gloves and clothes as well. It was, in short, a full coverage of wounds on the face downside of his body. It's like being cooked on the other side, and the other side was just left there to nothing. The only exception would be his feet, which suffered less damage than the rest of his body. So then, did the killer fight Clef with a stick or something? There were many branches they could have used. Hold on, wasn't there some sort of branch throwing contest that you all partook in besides me, Harry, and Mo? Yeah, we did do that. Wait, what? Holy shit, did someone actually use Clef as a target practice? Maybe that could be a super good Clef or something. Maybe, Tom, maybe. Non-stop debate. The non-stop debate will stop when we answer the question. Well, Tom, what's the skill you'd like to share? It's the fence we use. The fence? What could you possibly mean? Maybe his wound was caused by the fence itself. Nah. Wait, how exactly? Someone could have taken a piece of the fence and hit him really hard on the head. Yeesh, that's messed up. But it does make sense some sense, bucko. A fence plank could be used as a weapon, however. Do we have evidence to support that's what happened? Let's see, what was Pizza Count again? Well, Thomas counter. I don't think the killer used the fence as a weapon. Isn't that right, Giggles? You're really going to ask me? You were the one to point it out in the first place. Fine, if no one paid attention to it. I'm not 100% sure, but as far as I remember, the fence wasn't changed in any way since the branch throwing competition. So that's what those holes were? I didn't get to look at them at all. That's probably due to you running away soon after seeing the scene, dear. So then that's out of the picture, right? Unless they washed a piece of the fence they used in the lake or something. The lake isn't that large. I think we would have noticed something off about it. Not to mention, the only way blood could possibly have come off of a piece of wood like that is that if the culprit dipped it in the lake immediately. That would have certainly left at least one drop of blood from the body to the lake, if not more. If anyone with a brain would have figured that out already. If you're gonna be like that, Mo, then what do you think the weapon was? Easy question. The murder weapon would obviously be some other blunt object from one of your stupid events you all had. Hey, those events weren't stupid. Flippy always had our best interests at heart. Pretty sure he just salty about not getting to do any of your Yowza events. Just thinking about the branch throwing competition takes me back. Can you stop getting off track, Riggy? Wait a sec, maybe the whole wood plank theory isn't wrong. Oh, what do you mean by that, Bessie? Please, elaborate. Alright, well, something that I kinda realized just now is, where did the table for the pie event go? The table? I'm sure we just put it with the rest of the cones at Goofy Speedway. Who is this we exactly? This is my time to shine. The ones who were on cleanup duty were Giggles, Coach Z, Paula, and Tom. I bet one of those four ripped a piece of the table and used it to slam on Clef's head. Well, you four, what do you have to say about that? I can't wait to hear what you have to say. Wait, you're just openly accusing people? Which two might come out on top is the most suspicious? Find out now. What? But how could someone rip off a piece at the table? I mean, maybe Giggles had the strength to. Passing the blame on to me, Tom. Firstly, Coach Z is definitely more physically fit than me. Secondly, the culprit would have had plenty of time to figure out a way to yank a piece off that table. I thought it's possible for any of us to have done this, even you, Tom. What? No. Let me guess, you were the one to write that note all along. It makes sense for you to put Flippy's name on it considering how much you two interacted with each other. Couple that with the fact that you found the note, oh fucking motorcycle again, and also immediately redirected the blame onto another tune. And it paints quite an ugly picture. Wait, that's not a motorcycle, that's a vehicle. And it paints quite an ugly picture. What did you say, Tom? You're really about to do this again? Is this your amazing strategy to weed out the killer? I see no problem. There are only 4 suspects, so a brutal battle of words only makes sense. That's... You have some fair points, however. Giggles, you need to treat suspects with more respect. No, you shouldn't. Suspects. I mean, you could be civil, but yeah, sometimes a little force is needed to make them confess. Not only that, but we're also part of the suspect list. Do you want to be treated like that? Besides, with the culprit used so much time to take off a piece of table, no one has any experience making things with wood. I doubt anyone had any. Actually, I did. Oh yeah, the thing on her face. But I didn't do it alone. Riggy helped me. Don't worry, only those 4 knew about where the table was. Wait a sec, did you just say 4? Yeah, Riggy. Huh? What do you want? Don't play dumb, you helped clean up the pie event. Oh, I don't remember doing any cleaning. I think you'd remember something like that if I did. I was thinking about something else, but I know you were there. Oh yeah, he was there, I think. I'm certain he was there, but did he actually help with the table? Are we just going to ignore the fact that Tom tried pinning this crime on me? Someone blatantly lying that they weren't there is far more important. I never lied, I only said that I never cleaned. But why'd you try to hide the fact that you were with the cleanup crew? Were you involved in this case somehow? Nope, I just didn't feel like being suspected. Why you? That's bad play. These two are going at it. Seems to I know this. Yep. Yes, sorry, Bob. Deadlock. Let's see. Really, perhaps you forgot to include yourself on the cleanup crew. I didn't forget. I never did any cleaning, didn't I? But how can you? Any of us know that? The other 4 didn't seem to be backing you up. Are you sure about that? Really, then why haven't they done so yet? The others can back me up. Really? Can they? Affirm, yeah. Yeah, Ricky, the one that's actually confirmed you weren't cleaning. And even if they did, if you weren't cleaning, wouldn't it still be suspicious as long as you were there? You could have known about the table. Oh, you're a smart one, aren't you, bucko? But what if I told you this? I bet you're still clean as much as the rest of us. I wasn't cleaning because my lamp was drained. Yeah, but you could still clean though. Deny. So you happily wanted to host but not clean because of the lamp drain? Well, I mean, cleaning is pretty boring. That's not a good defense. Perhaps, but maybe this is. I never said anything about you. When me and the others go back to the hut, Coach said Z didn't even clean. Really? Did you? Deny. Okay, counter. Actually, Ricky, while Coach Z did say something, he told us how you were complaining about cleaning. Yeah, that was some serious work. It was nothing compared to what I have to do. Okay, well that doesn't mean it was annoying for us, bucko. It was just some cones and some minor cleaning, Riggy. Yeah, whatever. So what do you have to say about that, Riggy? I don't remember anyone saying anything about me picking up a table, or did you hear that? Well, it wouldn't matter if you were already helping putting cones away. You'd know where the table was. Well, good memory, Flippy. But are you really willing to condemn me at the cost of all our lives? Because if you vote for me, all of us innocents are gonna die. And well, I assume you don't want that. Now do ya, bucko? And what's your evidence? You not only covered up your involvement in the cleanup crew, but also denied doing any cleaning yourself, both being proven. That has put me in a bit of a pickle, hasn't it? Though it seems like no one actually investigated Goofy's Speedway, we were all super focused on the playground. Yowza, guess we're all screwed, aren't we? Gotta say, the hot seat is really exhilarating, though the threat of execution ruins it a bit. Well, nothing I can do now, so unless someone actually did investigate Goofy's Speedway, we have no way to know. He's calm, too calm. But why would he lie if he wasn't the killer? It couldn't have been just for fun, right? Guess I have to save this scum of a liar. Flunky, I despise you, but I want to ask you our question. Flunky, I despise you, but I want to ask our question. Really? You of all Toons wants to ask it. Are you sure this question is important enough to use our only chance to ask Flunky something? What are you going to ask? Did anything at Goofy Speedway ever have blood on it? Interesting phrasing. Just answer the darn question. Just vague enough that it still leaves room for it to be useless. Very well. As of now, there is nothing at Goofy Speedway that has blood on it. I see, so nothing at Goofy Speedway has blood on it. I must say I'm surprised Giggles asked a question like that, as it doesn't guarantee anything. Actually, Funky, Giggles asked a very clever question. What? Giggles' question was, and I quote, "Did anything at Goofy Speedway ever have blood on it?" By specifying ever have blood, this means that anything at Goofy Speedway, regardless of how long it was there, would not be the murder weapon. Of course, this includes the table that was placed there after the pie event, even if it was moved after the fact. Gah, that's... And judging by your reaction, you didn't realize how useful this question would be. You Toons, this is why I hate you. So then, even if a piece of the table was torn off, it wouldn't matter? Indeed, add the fact that we already discussed the killer did not clean up the weapon at the scene of Flunky's reaction, it's safe to say the table wasn't used, no matter what. That was some clever thinking from you two. However, with the table not being the murder weapon, what should we discuss next? I know, how about something that I didn't have that makes others suspicious? The motive dreams. That would be indeed a topic of interest. Many of us have talked about our motive dreams, however, that cannot be said about all of us. Flippy and I asked around during the investigation, and while we almost got everyone, there are a few that did not tell us who they got. Thank you, P, for not immediately stating who I got. The problem is I'm not quite sure who we didn't get a proper response from. Harry, I remember not getting anything from, but it definitely wasn't just him. If I recall, the ones that didn't tell us their motive dreams were... I think it was Clef, Harry, and Paula. Got it. Well, the ones we did get to know were Harry, Paula, and Clef. And while we can't get an answer from Clef, we can at least get everyone else's. I didn't tell you? No, he had to run after Harry before he could tell us. Ah, right, sorry about that. I didn't want to disclose to the public who I got because I wanted to talk to him in private, but I couldn't find him yesterday. Well, I guess I have to tell everyone now, don't I? I won't go into detail on what he supposedly did to me, but Oldman was the one in my motive dream. Since I got my laugh drained the second night, he was the only one. Oh. If you're a travel agent doing work for others, I can assume I would have wanted such a business to end. That's exactly what you tried to do. How did you guess that? Educated guess, considering my beliefs. Well, that's Paula. What about Harry? Why should I tell you? Because we'll suspect you if you don't. Perhaps he got Clef as his motive. Just tell us who you two got for your motive dreams already. Give him time. You three are giving him way too much pressure. Okay, well, I'd rather not die from old age. Why did you say the two you got? What do you mean, Harry? Uh-oh, what the fuck? Why do Renpai games always do this? It's like... Is it... Can't OBS even handle Renpai games anymore? Holy shit, what the fuck? What do you mean, Harry? Didn't we all get one? Paula got Oldman for her. From when the motive was announced? Where did you get your motive dream? And of who? From the motive announcement, it'd be the second night. After the first night, my body felt so much worse. I thought I was dying. But then after I got an announcement that a body was discovered, it wasn't long before I felt better. Wait then, were you? He was drained the first night. We never realized because he never came out of his house until Flunky stopped the motive. Wait. Firstly, how can we be sure Harry isn't lying? Secondly, who'd you even get as your motive dream, Harry? Let's start with the second question. Harry? Fine, it was Sticky Lou. Oh, okay, well that's one question answered. But how do we know Harry isn't lying about this? Paula, the most adamant to get Harry to come out of his hut, didn't realize he was drained. He'd only opened the door a tad, so I never saw if he looked any different. And besides, I believe in Harry's words. I want to believe in everyone too, but is it too easy to believe Harry's testimony immediately? I'm back. Who got her left brain clean up crew, Coach Z and Clara torn note. Harry wouldn't lie about this. Really? Prove it then. Well, first of all, he really was in his house all the time, okay? All the time? Is that something we can be super sure about? The fact that it has so long makes me not trust his word. I'd agree, perhaps the culprit we've been searching for. He could have lured Clef, we just need to figure out the weapon. Harry, you need to speak up for yourself, you're telling the truth. Nothing seemed wrong with what Harry said, but the fact that he took so long to say who he might be telling. Let's see. Lord Clef, toward note. Counter. Wait, something's wrong here. While I don't know we can ever know without a doubt that Harry's telling the truth, I don't think he'd need to lie. Think about it, right after the motive was announced. Have fun with this motive. I'm never coming out of my house again. Harry never saw any of us again until we found the body. Did anyone tell Harry who got drained? Now that I think about it, I actually never told Harry about the draining. I felt as if he was already worried enough. And I suppose he did the same for me. He never mentioned feeling worse until now. Alright, so no one told him about anything regarding the motive. Everyone went silent. In that case, how would Harry, who didn't know about Clef's condition, write the following in the note? I know you're not feeling well, but please come as soon as possible. This note, which was brought Clef to his end, had to have been written by someone who saw him drain of his laugh. In other words, literally anybody besides Harry. Yeah, you're right. So Harry definitely was drained the first night. Well, it makes sense, as that means it was for a day that we're being drained. Because surely Riggy, Clef, and Harry were first drained. And then on the second night, I got drained and so did Riggy, Flippy, and Paula. Well, it makes sense that the motive would stay the same amount of victims, right? I would assume so. Well, seems that Harry's testimony has no reason to be a lie. Indeed it does, and because of that, there's only one Toon who could have had a motive against Clef. I'm the only one who got a motive for Clef. I see, I was beginning to wonder if anyone was going to bring this up. Yeah, I forgot you told me about it. Alright, did you tell me that too? Wasn't it the four of us, you two, Coach Z, and I heard Flippy say his motive? I can't believe I forgot about that. Your memory really isn't good, is it? Well, it's still possible Flippy could have done it. He might have told some people his motive to make us think he wouldn't go through with it. I feel like that might be going too far, Giggles. Well, what else are we supposed to latch onto? We don't even know the murder weapon. That's true, we still haven't figured out what killed Clef. Well, maybe there is a way to know. There is? I feel as though every idea we have gets shut down. Well, maybe the weapon was something given by the motive. The motive. Try using the motive to prove Flippy didn't have a motive. Laughable, really. I'm almost sure he means the other part of the motive. You know, the non-dream part of it. So can you just shut it and stop saying stupid rebuttals, you entitled pinhead? Why you? Well, it's kinda really out there theory, but something is better than nothing, right? So when Flippy and I were looking inside of Clef's room, we saw something really odd in there. Something odd, carry on. I think I know what Tom is referring to. The other thing was the pies. Got it. You're talking about the pies you found on the floor, right? Yeah, but more specifically, the one that was ruined on the floor. Well, be honest, we don't know how it's related to the case, but yeah, that's it. Well, that's some reaction, you made me jump. Not my intention, I just have a question for Flippy. What is it? You and Pete know everyone's motive dream, right, besides Clef? Did anyone else besides you get Clef as their motive dream? No, and I don't think anyone lied. I see. If I'm right about this, then I think we can finally figure out why this happened. Because if what I'm thinking is correct, Clef must have been the one that wanted to kill. He what? How in the world could you come to that conclusion? Yeah, hold on, Clef wouldn't do that. He was part of the host crew. It may be dangerous to think that way, Bessie. Anyone's capable of a crime given the correct circumstances. I could see it. Maybe I was gonna use his spies to kill someone. Wait a minute. Clef's spies weren't that much damaging, however. You could definitely kill someone with them. But are you saying he had a plan but then failed? So even the one that died wanted to kill someone? Not everyone is always out for blood, Harry, but besides that, the heck is your evidence, Coach? That's a serious claim. Don't you think the note we found was strange? We all assumed it was for Clef. But that was only because the name at the top was ripped off. Isn't it weird that the only part was ripped and nothing else? Oh man, I didn't even think about that. That note could have just been ripped off by the voices it was in. Perhaps, however, it seems a bit too coincidental for it to happen. I'm wondering why that note was even written. It doesn't make sense. Wonder all you want. I'm not interested in what Coach Z wants to say. Besides, Clef being the actual assailant, now that's exciting. Come on, are this many of you really going to base a claim that Clef wanted to kill someone off of a torn note? Well, we're super split because of this now. The split, you say? Yeah? Hold on. Awesome. Conflict between toons, my favorite. I'll tell you what, if you're really so split, then I have just the thing. I'll even give the winning team an extra question to ask me about the trial, to motivate both sides to do their best. What is this thing we're going to do? Simple, pick a side in the HQ and debate against each other. Let's call it a scrum debate. God, I love scrum debates. It's just so underused in V3. It just ends so quickly. The music there is fucking incredible. Do I trust Coach Z's line of reasoning? Even if he's wrong. Coach Z never doubted me, so I'll believe in him. But yeah, I know. Okay, we get it. Yep, is there a skip button? Are you really saying Clef wanted to kill, or are you saying Clef wanted? We are, and there's the proof that Clef wanted to kill. Let me guess, this proof you have is all you can't think of anything else. Proof you have, can't think of anything. Give it the correct push, anything can happen. Flip is the one with the motive. Why are you always expecting the victims of all tunes? Flip is the one with the motive. Who knows, maybe Clef's motive was super severe. God damn it, motorcycle. Stop ruining my mode. Music is good. Could Clef even have a reason to kill? He was drained the first night. Maybe the first night something else happened to him. The note tearing like that just from bad luck from being put in a bush. If that is true, then the other piece of the note should have been found in the bush as well. Well, can we even be sure that the note was real? I think it was real. The note said to meet at the pet shop where he died. Wouldn't you three need piles to kill them? I feel like you'd better use a weapon. What, 3? Okay. Wait, we're forgetting something that was written in the note. Something that tells us he wouldn't need 3 pies. Who got the laugh drained? Full counter. The music ended too quickly. Fuck. Regardless of who wrote this note, they wouldn't need that many pies to kill their target, as they were going after someone that was already drained. Yeah. Are you saying Clef was gunning after a drained toon using his whole cream pies? This theory intrigues me. If it's alright with the others, may I ask the question for our team? Great, I give you all another question and all toons want to ask it. I'm fine with it, I'm kinda out of ideas. I'm a 100-year-old man asking the question. Very well. Flunky, with the number of toons that got drained by you going to increase at any point? Again, it doesn't seem very useful. However, after that last question, it's very up to you, Flunky. I have another question in mind. However, I'd say that one would be more revealing. Fine. Eventually, if no one killed for like 5 days or so, you are going to increase the amount of toons drained per night. I see. Very well. To anyone pursuing the line of reasoning that Clef was our assailant, please continue. What kind of question was that? We already know that the same amount of toons were drained for both nights, 4 each. I'm going to have to agree with Giggles on this one. I wonder what grand plan you have with your question. As I've stated, let's continue the discussion on Clef's potential guilt. You just drum at your own pace, don't you, Oldman? Or wait, is it beat to your own drum? I forgot the saying. Can we please not get sidetracked? I want to find out why this case happened. Well, Harry said that maybe something else might have happened to Clef the first night. Any theories you got on that, Harry? Maybe Clef was able to get a motive and get drained the same night. I don't believe Flunky would make an exception, especially not for just one toon. Though maybe we could get somewhere with this. Flippy, could you tell me who got fooled for the first night? Sure, I think I remember what everyone told me. You do? I don't. Well, to start, I got Clef, Pete got Paula, Lou had Giggles, Mo had Lou, Oldman got Mo, Coach got Z, got Tom, Giggles got me, Bessie got Coach Z. Tom got Pete, Paula got Oldman, Clara got Bessie, and Riggy, Clef, Harry, you were drained. Can you figure out anything with this? I think I'll need the second night's motive dreams as well. The second night that be, well, if I remember correctly, Pete got you, Lou had Mo, Mo had Oldman, Bessie got Clara, Oldman got P, Coach, you got Bessie, Google's got Harry. Tom got Coach Z, Harry got Lou, you got Tom. And me, Ricky, Clara, and Paula were drained. Let's see, they got them, who then got them, but then... Wait. Little Oldman, is your name actually Oldman, or is it something else? My only known first name is Oldman, if you need to know. Alright, so if we go there, it almost fits perfectly. Story continued writing the things down, pondering to himself, and after a few minutes, the inconsistencies with this theory. Did you figure something out, Shirley? It's possible that this is just a coincidence, however. The chances of this being only a coincidence is near zero. I'm going to think out loud, Flavor, because I want to make sure my hypothesis is correct. Hopefully I don't ramble on. Guide. Okay. Now knowing what everyone told you during the investigation, if the order of the motive dreams is really what I think it is... No, sorry, excuse me. It may just be what we need to know to figure out if Clef had a motive against anyone. Another participant is going to blah 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 blah. Hello there, okay, connect the words. This is annihilation. Taking into account for both sets motive dreams, I found that the two sets were in verses of each other. Other motive sets. Okay. So each other. Yeah. I found the two sets were in verses. What, really? Okay. However, each issue might be the solution. Ooh, this really makes me dizzy. 4 nights dreams were given in one big line. There has to involve a line. Okay. The cycle of dreams wasn't random, it was a certain order. One big line, dreams. Fucking motorcycle again! Fuck. The dreams were go away. It was a certain order. The cycle of dreams wasn't a certain order? Yeah. Oh boy. Just look for the words that match. Don't read everything. Series were distributed by name. Confirm I had name. Please don't end. I don't like this alphabetical order. Got it. I think. Ow, my back. Alphabetical order. Wait, that's how the motive dreams were given? Hold on dear. Didn't you mention something about two sets being inverses of each other? But what exactly do you mean by that? What I mean is, the first night, the one with the non-drained tune saw was the tune before them alphabetical, and the second night it was the tune after them alphabetical. However, this here doesn't work perfectly as the tunes that were drained messed up this perfect line. Or so I thought. What do you mean by that? It's quite convoluted, but if you were to simply take out the tunes that were drained, besides the final one of each line, then both nights have a perfect line of motive order. The start being a healthy tune and finishing with a drained tune. For the first night, the line starts with Clara, who was healthy, and ends with Clef, who was drained. Due to the fact that Ricky, Harry, and I were in the middle of the alphabetical order, we were excluded. And for the second night, the line started with Giggles, someone healthy, and ended with Clara, someone drained. Once again, those that were in the middle of the alphabetical order, in this case, Paula and Ricky, were excluded. And because you don't get a motive dream if you're drained that night, Phoebe was also excluded. And that's my analysis. Okay, as impressive your deduction was, how exactly does this help us? It doesn't tell us who Clef could have targeted and why. I bet Shirley's got something more out of it. Right, Shirley? Unfortunately, Louis is right. All this proves that Clef didn't get a motive the first night, and I doubt he could have gotten one the second. After all, at least for me, my motive dream was given right before the morning announcement, and it was what made me wake up. Both of my motive dreams were given to me right before the morning announcement. The same happened with me. Not only that, but with Clef's blood being dry, us finding his body soon after the morning announcement, if Clef truly was out for blood, there simply wasn't enough time for him to get a motive. Try to kill someone, get killed himself, and his blood drying. This case is impossible to solve. We still don't have a murder weapon. We don't even know if Clef wanted to kill someone or not. And we have no idea who his target would even be. We're all going to die. Actually, I think there's a way that Clef got a motor dream. There is? How? All you have to do is fake being drained by Flunky. But how would he do that? I don't think he was faking his drainage coach, see? Compared to how he usually looked. He clearly looked worse, did he not? His feathers were even ruffled up. I highly doubt he could have been at full laugh. Not to mention his mud was worse than he usually was, just like all the other drained tunes. Yeah, there's no way he could have faked that. It's impossible for Clef to have faked his laugh drain. Unless there's another possibility we're not thinking of. How could Clef have lied? We saw him drain off his laugh after the motive started. Coach Z, do you have an explanation for that? It's something that Clef could have done. Like what? You don't mean to know, right? You can't get drained from a paper cut. Maybe he got drained another way? Think, Pippi. Is there any way Clef could have made us believe he was drained by Flunky? I feel like Vivian brought it up already before. Gag damages. Agree. That's it, Tom. Really? Not gonna lie, it was just a guess, but it doesn't matter if it was, because think about it. There's an easy way for Clef to have drained his laugh. His own pies. Wait, are you saying that messed up pie in his bedroom was because of him? Exactly. Because whole cream pies deal 40 damage. That's too close to 50 damage, which was why he was able to blend in with Ricky and Shirley. In other words, he didn't have to act drained because he actually was. Don't need to act about what's actually happening, bucko. Hold it right there. What is it, Mo? It may have been a dumb question, however, recall what Oldman asked Flunky. Flunky, the number of tools that got drained by you going to increase at any point? Again, it doesn't seem very useful, however, after that last question. It's purely up to you, Flunky. I have another question in mind, however, I'd say that one would be more revealing. Fine, eventually no one killed for like 5 days or so. We were going to increase the amount of tunes drained per night. Flunky confirmed that the number of tunes drained was the same both nights. Are you all simply going to ignore that fact? If Clef didn't get drained by Flunky, then according to Flunky's second answer, it seems you've realized something yet again, Shirley. Care to explain it? If Clef truly wasn't drained by Flunky, not only did Clef have a motive dream the first night, but one of the 4 drained of the second night was drained by someone other than Flunky. Wait, really? It's the only possibility. If Clef wasn't drained by Flunky the first night, then it'd only be 3 the first night and 4 the second. That would go against what Flunky stated. Wait, then how the 4th to get drained the second night? Was it one of us? Wait just a minute. If we assume everything we've discussed is true, then there's no doubt. There's only one that wanted to drain another. We know they had a weapon that could drain, and we now know they lied back when the motive was in full force. Clef have to have been the one that drained someone the second night. Clef? He did that, but to whom? Was it Flippy, Paula, Clara, or me? And if he did drain them, don't you think the would-be victim is the actual killer? You know, self-defense? Well, I know I wasn't it, so we can take me off as the suspect list. I believe there's an easy way to take 2 of them off the suspect list. That is, unless Flippy remembered who got drained incorrectly. Wait, I think I do know something that can narrow it down. It'd be the truth phrase, right? Torn note. Got it. If we assume Clef was the one that wrote this note, then referring to the same part that cleared Harry on how it was someone who wasn't feeling well. You mentioned this before, yes? How according to the note, the target was someone drained? Yes, but now that I think about it, we can specify it more than just anyone who was drained. You're right. It have to be someone who was drained before the second round of motor dreams and laugh drain occurred, as the note was written before then. And out of the 4 of us that were drained the second day, only Rick and Clara were drained by the end of the first day of the motive. The tune the Clef was after is one of you. One of us? Well, that seems that once again I'm in the hot seat. Well, doesn't it feel weird that Ricky was supposedly drained by Flunky twice? No one else was. Immediately throwing suspicion onto me, Clara. I appreciate the enthusiasm. but I'm pretty sure I can refute your argument with concrete evidence. The murder weapon. But we still don't know what it was. Well, we know it wasn't a table or any wooden plank, so not anything wood-related. From our examination of the body, we arrived at multiple theories. One of them is that he fell from the pet shop, which would result in the type of injuries he had. However, this would require the culprit to get him up to the roof. And knowing he was the perpetrator now, we know they couldn't get the jump on him and knock him out in surprise. How would the culprit even brought Clef to the top of the pet shop in the first place? Unless there was a hidden ladder, the whole premise is flawed. Wait, trapdoors? Indeed, Mo. Moving on to the next theory. The killer could have used some sort of blunt object to cause the head wound, however, that doesn't explain the plentiful wounds on his body. Because both theories have a serious flaw in them, believing them to go unorthodox methods of killing. Are you talking about the gags we had? All we had were grand pianos which fall from the sky when I pressed one of my drop buttons. As someone who saw tales of many different professions, I could shed light on each gag. Though, well, no one had any tune-up or squirt, right? Well, I actually got some cupcakes and squirting flowers, but neither do like any damage. Yeah, it's alright, Tom. He is right, a cupcake and squirting flower only do 6 and 4 damage respectively, and neither could be used lethally otherwise. Moving on, as Bessie said, drop gags are summoned from above using a button, with the higher level gags like Big Weight and Grand Piano completely smushing the opponent. Some gags have a serious area of effect, and while not extremely powerful, it would be easy to drain someone of their life with a few blows of a high sound gag like a foghorn. Trap gags are placed into the front of the user, in which the opponent needs to walk into, with some of the higher level gags like quicksand and trapdoor leading the opponent through them, appearing above afterwards. And the highest level trap gags, TITR rail or completely obliterating anyone in the range of them, though for different reasons. We've already discussed how Clef's whole creep pies could 3-shot a healthy tune, but an already drained tune would go down in just 2. And lower gags don't actually deal damage, but perhaps a high level hypno goggles could be used to control the opponent. And that concludes my explanation. Hope that wasn't a bore. Yeah, I think that's accurate. Did any of that stick out to you? Could any gag be the cause of death? Well, considering the wounds on Clef's body... Wait, no, was it... If Clef's wounds were the only front side of him, and considering a previous theory of Shirley... Flippy, I believe I know who Clef got for his motive dream, going by the alphabetical theory. No. Don't tell me all this time Clef's target and his killer is... them. Like many people? The tune that Clef was after and the tune that had a weapon that could match the injuries. Please let me be wrong. It's Clara. She had trapdoors. That's... What? Got nothing to say? Flippy just accused you. Please, Clara, defend yourself. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe he didn't die from a trapdoor. He could have fell because of something else. However, according to the theory of the motive dreams... Please, Clara, say something. We were always on the same page through and through. Killer minds think alike. And to know that the killer did it in self-defense, it means you didn't even want to kill Clef. So Clara, please. Tell me I'm wrong, please. Oh boy. I don't want to lose you, Clara. I don't want you all to die. But I want to live. I can't die here. But the only way to do that is to let you all die. Wait, you just confessed? She's practically admitting it, yeah. Why, Clara? Please, just fight for yourself. It's okay, Clara. Just tell us everything and you'll be fine. How? I'm going to die here. How could I ever be fine? All I need to know was why Clef did what he did. I know it'd be hard for you, however. Knowing how it happened will provide closure. Maybe it will. Okay. It all started when I couldn't sleep because I already had a nap and I wasn't feeling that bad. Do I give it to her now? Maybe a walk get me tired. Yeah. Huh? Clef, what are you doing here? Quick, Clara, Flippy and Tom, they just left to the pet shop. They was hanging out with some others. Come quickly. Huh? Flippy and Tom went to the pet shop. Why? No time for our questions. Come. Okay, I'll be there in a bit. I'll go first. Oh, so that's why. Now that I'm thinking about it, maybe Clef was going to slide a note underneath my door, but I caught him pacing back and forth. Oh. Because I never saw that note you found, but the contents were basically the same as what Clef told me. I thought his actions were suspicious, so before going to the pet shop, I brought a trapdoor button just in case. And I think you know what happened. He was technically only stating a half lie. Tommy and I were hanging out with Coach Z and Paul at the campfire before we all split up. And it sounded like it wasn't long after I saw him for the last time that he wanted to enact his plan earlier than he wanted to. Did he ever say why he wanted you dead? Yeah, he did. Alright, I'm here. Wait a minute. Flippy and Tom aren't here, are they? They're running late. How? You just said that they were here before you left. Don't tell me you have something else in mind. Smart enough to figure that out, but not smart enough to manage basic cargo. Huh? Do you have any idea what you've done to me? No. You killed my mother. All because you messed up 2 trade routes and said my family was basically poisoned. Everyone got sick and we can't save her. Clef, I have no memory of this. Even if you don't remember, you're still the reason my mother is dead. She let me travel the world with her. No, she was my world. And you took her away from me. Clef, I don't need to hear anything from you. Ah. Oh. Please, Clef, don't do this. No, my plan is already messed up. We're not gonna stop now. I won't let you kill me. Oh, shit. So she just did it for self-defense. Oh my god. That's so sad, man. God damn it, she just did it in self-defense. It's so messed up. I ran away. I didn't even see him fall, but all I heard were screams that I had to die. Clef might have held on for a bit on the edge of the trapdoor because all the way to that he still was screaming. That actually explained the crashes on the gloves. I guess this is it. You all figure out what happened. I wanted to outright say what happened at the start, but I just couldn't. So I'm sorry, everyone. I'm sorry, Clef. I'm sorry, Flippy. I had no choice. I see, so that explains everything. Flippy, I have a question for you. What? As a coach, it's my duty to train Toons of the future. When I said that once we knew why this case happened, the killer would reveal themselves. I meant it. I know that you were right in the end. The question I want you to answer is, if Clef led Carrera soon after we split up from the campfire, was there someone who should have witnessed the crime? Wait, I'm sorry, what? Is it no one? If someone or saw the crime happen, wouldn't they have told us already? Wait a minute. If Clef had to enact his plans soon after we split up from the campfire, and the pet shop is located in the central playground, no, could it be? Holy fucking shit! The witness of the crime is... the one that should have witnessed the crime was Coach Z himself. He did, but then... Why would you never expose me, Coach? Wait, don't tell me. Did you want to privately talk to me during the investigation because you knew? He wanted to discuss that with you? Did he want to get away with it? Were you perhaps an accomplice not by helping but by protecting the killer? That's super insane! Yeah, what the fuck blew my fucking mind? When a Toon runs out of laugh, it takes a bit for them to go sad. That is indeed true. Trapdoor guys don't cause opponents to fall that much, so it's possible that he suffered for a few seconds before perishing to the loss of laugh. That's not what is important right now. Coach Z, why did you not say anything about what I did? You shouldn't protect a killer. There was only one thing I set out to do in this trial. I wanted to know why this all happened. Why Clef would do such a thing to you. Because he didn't want to say anything to me before I let him drop. What? Yo, don't tell me, did you? No, don't do this. You didn't kill him, Coach. I did. You're just trying to make me feel better. I did everything. I don't know who's right. Flippy, as the mayor of Toontown, convince Clara that I did it. But this is so sudden. What about the tools you were training back home? Are you just going to leave them? The truth can't be changed, Flippy. I couldn't let Clara be executed. Stop, just stop it, Koji. I have to take responsibility for what I did. She means business. But she's wrong, Koji absolutely would have heard Clef screaming. Please just vote for me as the killer. I know everything points to Clara, Flippy, but thinking about it logically, if Clef fell in the trapdoor standing upright, would that really explain all the wounds? Oh shit. The answer is a hard no because his feet were barely harmed. Can you really say that he just fell in, Clara? You said it yourself that you heard him screaming on and on. You know he didn't immediately fall through. No! Flippy, Koji's just trying to cover for me. Please, you know who really did this? No, Clara. I can't believe this, but I guess for the last time, I'll trust you, Coach Z. If honor is given, you must veto argument clash. W-A-S-D. Wait, why is it working? Why is it working? Oh shit, why is it working? Oh. Is it because I had my caps lock on? Holy fuck. What, really? Because I have a caps lock on? Fucking really? WDSA. See, it's because I have my caps lock on. Really? Fuck. Okay, so that's something. W-A-S-W. D-S-S-W. W-S-D-S. D-S. D-D-A-D. D-A-A-W. W-W-S-S. D-D-W-S. A-D-S. S-W-D-S. S. I killed Clef. Nothing happened after he fell. Whole... missing whole cream pie. There we go. Ow, my back. Holy shit, it didn't work because I had my caps lock on. Holy fuck. If nothing really happened after years of trapdoor, then where did Clef's second whole cream pie go? I don't know. So then Coach C took it? I don't think anyone else could have. Well, just because he took it doesn't mean he absolutely is the killer. Actually, the more I think about it, wasn't there one more thing about the body that was never brought up? Are you talking about that? Was she saying about faint smell? Got it. You're talking about the faint smell Pete sensed? You're right. I did smell something very faint, however. I just can't figure out what it was. It simply was too faint. I can answer that. If you look closely at the body, you might notice a faint stain on his shirt. That was because I told him to decide and hit him with his pie. Ah, the rules of the killing game. Because you dealt the last amount of lethal damage, it confirms you're the killer, and not Clara. But he'd only have a few seconds to do that. Even if he let him drop and use the pie, it was still my weapon, and I doubt he could tilt and hit him so quickly. I never said that's how I killed him. I only did that after he was dead, because I was so furious at him. However, I made sure I would be the killer, no matter what. After all, not only did I push Clef into the trapdoor myself, I slammed his head onto the ground as hard as I could after he fell. Not many tools are strong enough to deal such head trauma. Huh. You pulled him up just to push him in yourself, and you really saved me, Coach Z? I just don't understand. Why would you do that? You know you're going to die now, right? So, why would you put down your life like that? It's a trainer's duty to keep those around him safe. I know it's a pretty boring reason, but it's a principle I hold dearly. When I was pulling Clef up, he was spouting how you had to die over and over again. He was louder than I ever could be. Tried to get him to tell him why he was so furious at you, but he just kept rambling on and on. Maybe I had no patience for him, but when someone is that out for blood, I knew what I had to do. I had to kill him. I was going to run after you if I didn't push him into your trap door, right there and then. At that point, the only thing I wanted was you dead, Clara. You were right that I wanted to ask you about what happened. However, I never got a chance to. And the last thing I wanted to do was to stress you out by immediately stating what happened. Guess holding back for that long wasn't the best strategy in the end. The last thing I did was take the note he had and rip your name off of it and put it in a bush. Well, that's it for this case, isn't it? Pretty sure I've explained myself enough. I suppose you have. Alright, Coach Z. I believe in you. How can I say something more meaningful than just thank you? You all staying alive is how you can do that. God damn it! Coach was my favorite! Fucking dick! Well, it's time to vote. Who will be chosen as the greener? Alright, let's see here. With a unanimous decision, the one selected as the greener is... We got it right. The fact that Clara is going to be safe is nice, but this isn't better. No, there was no good way this case could have been ended. I didn't want to be right, but there was no room for doubt. Coach Z killed Clef. The Toons Coach Z were trading. Now they'll never know what happened to him. No, I'll make sure we'll get out of here so that they'll know the sacrifice he made for us. Good, you all voted for me. I just can't believe Clef wanted to kill so bad. I guess you'll never really know a guy in a few days. Clef's memories made him kill. Everyone can kill. There's no exceptions. His mother's love must have been so strong that it broke the memory barrier. Is that really it? Was his connection so strong that no memory loss could hamper it much? Are you proposing that his memories were altered less to drive his desire to kill? Wait, don't tell me. Did Funky do that on purpose? Because if he did, that's foul play. Well, Funky, is that correct? I'm just annoyed that certain Toons got more out of the questions than I wanted. Although I suppose that just means you two are good at phrasing questions. We'll see. Great, he's just going to ignore our question. Well, guess it's time for the moment I've been waiting for. Execution time. Wait, please, you don't have to do this. I knew what the consequences were, Clara. I've had time to prepare myself. Coach Z, the ultimate trainer. Oh, what an execution awaits you. Everyone, no matter what Mother Funky throws at you, let's give it everything we've got. It's time to die. Don't give in to it. All of you better survive. And that's not an order. It's a promise. He's my favorite. God damn. What? What was that? Coach Z. That wasn't execution. That was straight up torture. So gory. Coach, Coach Zin killed not out of cowardice, but by saving the life of another. He was the definition of doing the job yourself. To have him be killed like that is an absolute disgrace. I held my hands over my eyes the entire time. That would have been a good idea. Yeah. Well, the executions are conducted in that manner. Really? That's all you have to say? There isn't exactly much to say after seeing such a grotesque scene. Enough said, so do we just leave now or... Riggy, what do you want me to say? Good game, everyone? No, please, just take it seriously for once. Clef and Coach Z are dead and you're just gonna leave immediately? Well, I mean, what else do we do? The trial's over. We're not just gonna stay here forever, right? Well, yeah, but not immediately. Look, you can sulk as long as you need to, but us Toons are supposed to be jovial, bucko. Jovial, not jovial. Juvenile. Ricky F the HQ. There's no reason to stay here. All that'll do will remind me of what I just saw. I'll have to agree with Mo on that one. Oh my god. Eventually. Almost everyone left the HQ. Except... Clef and Coach Z really are dead. And... it's because of me. Clara. No, you know it's true. I caused Clef's mother to die. He only tried to get revenge for her. And Coach Z saved me from being the killer. No, that's wrong, Clara. Clef had no right to try and kill you. Even if that's what happened to his mother, it's true. It was an accident. And Coach Z did what he had to do to save you. That was his choice. He knew the consequences. So please, don't feel like this incident was your fault. I'll try, Flippy. I'll try. Thank you for always being here, Flippy. Let's escape this place and live with everyone else. So we can uphold Coach Z's promise. Yeah, it's a promise. Shit, dude. Holy fuck, this is heavy. My favorite character's dead! Toons remaining 15. Well, no, it's 13. Oh, man. To be continued. I'm gonna save here. Yes, sorry, Bob. Save. So yeah, that was chapter 1, alternate route trial. Fuck, that was really good. That was fucking good. Coach Z, my fucking hero, is dead. Clef is still an asshole. Oh wait, that's me. Oh well, he did it out of his love for his mother or something. But yeah. Anyway, good game, good trial. This is ToontownRonpa. If you want to try the game for yourselves, the links are in the description. That is all for today. Stay safe and take care of yourselves. Oh, I'm still gonna continue this, just not right now though, because I'm tired.